News, the Browns head coach could be out. That comes from the most respected sports reporter in the NFL after the Browns ended their season with a 6-game losing streak against the Steelers today. Sports anchor Mike Karen joins me now. And Mike, this is huge news.
Well, it's huge news. Chris Mortensen from ESPN on his verified Twitter account reported just a few minutes ago that the Browns will be firing head coach Rob Chizzinski, and he cited multiple league sources. And that is a shock to not only Browns fans, but to the whole organization, especially after the season that this team just went through. Chud was in the first of a 4-year contract worth just over $3 million per season. But his first season, he goes just 4-12, and he lost his last 7 games. But after the game today, players talked about the report, and they say they were in favor of giving the coach another season.
It sets everything back. I mean, you just hit the reset button. Every time you hit the reset button, it severely damages the organization, and it lengthens the amount of time that it takes to get back to the playoffs and turn the team into a consistent winner.
Now, of course, more on all of this is coming up later on in sports. And, of course, you can join Andy Baskin and the guys tonight, 11:35 for the Ford Sports Sunday to get the thoughts of course, Coach, Reggie, and Andre. But, again, this report comes from Chris Mortensen of ESPN on his verified Twitter account. He tweeted it out just a couple of minutes before the newscast. There has been no word from the Browns on the state of Rob Chizzinski.
All right, Mike, we look forward to your sports report coming up later. Don't forget, tomorrow is your last chance to join Andy Baskin and Mike Karen for the final Dogs on the Run of the season from 7 to 8:30. Just download the Newsnet 5 app or check out newsnet5.com. All right. A gloomy Sunday marks the return of winter weather for the Northeast area. Saturday, sunny skies with highs in the 50s has been wiped out by falling temps and rain. Let's get right over to Power 5 meteorologist Jason Nicholas. Jason, how low will it go?
Yeah, don't forget, Mike Cairns, Andy Baskin, both on Twitter. They update their Twitter nonstop, especially during these big events, and follow them even after the newscast is over. Big-time breaking news. As far as the weather goes, Michael, relatively quiet. We've got a cold front moving through. Now, that will drop our temperatures. We also had a few rain showers along it. Now is when we'll start to focus a little bit more on the light snow that'll move in here as we head through the evening into the overnight hours. Notice the front well to our east now, moving through Youngstown, Pittsburgh, getting some light rain too, but eventually the green will turn to white, and it's going to stay that way. We are tracking some big-time colder that's not just going to be with us for a little bit. This is going to really stick around. Notice here Chicago in the mid-20s, Green Bay in the teens, and we're below 0 in Minneapolis. So this cold air will move our way. I wouldn't be surprised by the middle of the week if we have some spots at or below 10 degrees, so possible single digits here as we head towards the middle of the week. Look at our temperature readings. From near 40 right now, we're down into the low 20s, even some upper teens as early as tomorrow morning, and with that comes some light snow. Now, I'm not expecting much in the way of accumulation here. Again, the big trend here has been about a trace to an inch. I expect that overnight. I expect that tomorrow, especially early in the day. So this shouldn't be a real big deal as far as disruptive snow, just enough out there to cool you off and certainly put you back into the winter spirit here. The nice weather was pretty good while it lasted. So we'll break down how long this cold snap will last. And, of course, a look at your New Year's Eve and New Year's Day forecasts coming up. Michael.
All right, Jason, you're right. The nice weather was beautiful. All right, scary moments at a popular Cleveland hotel when the people staying there started to suffer from carbon monoxide poisoning. It happened at the Wyndham Hotel on Euclid Avenue. Cleveland firefighters say they got calls about CO poisoning last night with guests suffering from vomiting and headaches. The hotel was evacuated. About 20 people were affected and crews took 18 to the hospital. Everyone should be okay. Firefighters in the hotel got it under control pretty quickly.
They caught it pretty early. I think there was not anything huge. They just went through and checked every single room and every single floor and had all of the doors ventilated to get everything out.
Crews pumped fresh air into the building and it was all clear in about 5 hours. A problem with the hotel boilers caused the mishap. Lots of people showed their support for a local family about to be torn apart. Today's Mass at Cleveland St. Casimir Church was held in honor of the Ramos family. The family lives in Perry, and the father, Ricardo Ramos, who's lived here for 16 years with no criminal record, must leave the country on Tuesday, January 1st, because he is an illegal alien. Supporters say the impending separation has been hard on the family.
The family, as you can imagine, the enormous amount of stress that they're enduring, especially the children, it's hard to explain how it feels to know that your loved one is going to be separated from you, perhaps permanently or for at least a very long time.
The Ramos family and their supporters have appealed to lawmakers for some sort of involvement, but the deportation ruling still stands tonight. The Horseshoe Casino is at the center of a sexual harassment lawsuit. A woman who worked as a dealer at the Cleveland casino filed the suit. Barbara Holtz claims she was not only sexually harassed by customers, but that her bosses at the casino let it happen. Holtz was let go in April after issuing complaints. She is seeking that all her supervisors be let go from the casino. All right, coming up, deadly bombing. Cameras were rolling when a suicide bomber attacked. Where it happened and who was targeted. End of a crime spree, the deadly conclusion to a cross-country manhunt that began with a cop being killed before Christmas. Counting calories. Would you make healthier choices if you knew how many calories were in your food?
Hey there, I'm